Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule. Stop in and see what it is I'm up to. It's about 5 o'clock, Sunday the 16th of October, 2022. 80 degrees Fahrenheit out there. Humidity is at 63%. And that would be 27 degrees Celsius. It actually feels rather nice. But we are about to leave the daughters and on the way to the son's house for dinner. And I think I know what we're going to have. We kind of discussed it last week as I was leaving and doing a grilled cheese casserole, basically. Grilled cheese sandwiches covered in chili or sloppy joe. I don't remember what we decided on. And then cover that with tater tots and cheese. So we'll see how that comes to fruition. I was thinking about it last night, and possibly for next week, when I'm over here for 4 nights, or 3 nights and 4 days, or whatever the heck I'm going to be over here, I might do a similar thing using quesadillas. I thought that might work out too. So, just a couple of quesadillas smothered in chili and a little bit of cheese, and then some tater tots and some cheese. Could be a thing. So my daughter's got friends staying with them because they're from Southwest Florida, and the area down there is just, man, devastated. So one daughter is 21, 22, 23, something like that. I have no idea. But she's been making dinner most nights when she's there. And she's a really decent cook. A couple times that I've had her meals. So, anyway. This afternoon, she was looking to make the boys something for lunch. And I told her just make up some macaroni and cheese and use the leftover sloppy joes I made last night, because I made way too much. Even though the boys all ate and ate good, I made way too much. I went back for thirds later on in the evening, and there was still a lot. So, enough to mix with a box of macaroni and cheese and make them a late lunch. And they wolfed that down. So, what's to hate, or what's to dislike? Macaroni and cheese with a hamburger, or macaroni and cheese with a hamburger made into sloppy joe. Ooh, I made that strong. Actually, I filled my cup with ice, and then put my lemon packet in and added the water. And there's not a whole lot of water. So, anyhow. I did not sleep well last night. Strange bed, and then strange sounds. It takes a couple days getting used to. Even just having, the boys all sleep with their TVs on. Mom and Dad sleeps with their TV on too. It's terrible going out on a trip with them. But on top of that, the dog didn't want to stay out of the room. It had to come in. And, you know, it's snoring, even though it wasn't snoring loud. Just every little thing. Dogs barking in the distance, but our dog would get up and bark. And throughout the morning while I'm trying to sleep, he's running out to the door barking, or standing at the back door barking at a bird. Just, oh man. And then her bed is firmer than I'm used to, harder than I'm used to. So I got aches and pains just from sleeping, which is kind of ridiculous, but welcome to old age, Doc. I got up, had my coffee, a couple of aspirin, stood in the hot shower. It kind of loosened things up a little bit. But I may be able to go to sleep early tonight. Maybe not. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. So, we will. So, man, I'm hearing people up in Pennsylvania are getting snow, or going to be getting snow. One of my friends on Facebook posted. I'm not sure where they're at, but they had 3 inches of snow this morning. So, it's only the 15th of October. That's not boding well. Not boding well for a winter with high fuel prices. I know I'm not telling anybody anything that they don't already know or worry about. Fortunately, down here, I don't have to worry too much about heating. I do have to worry about my electric for my AC and whatnot, but you know, I don't have to really worry about that for a while. Although I do still run the air conditioning quite a bit, especially at night. Ooh, I don't know who he is, but totally unmarked. But yeah, I mean, we'll have some crisp evenings. I do run, like, once it starts getting colder, and it's chilly throughout the evening, I'll have the small radiant heater in the bathroom, the oil-filled radiator heater. That'll run for the next several months, off and on. I'll turn it off on, you know, nice days, but it takes the chill off of the bathroom and a little bit of the hallway and whatnot, but it doesn't work in the kitchen or even my bedroom for that matter. But heck, I've got an electric blanket for the bedroom. I'm good in there. But a lot of people up in colder climates, anything above Georgia, I guess, you know, you need to be worried about, you know, insulating rooms and blocking off rooms so people can stay warm, even if it's just one space in the house. And that could mean like hanging heavy blankets or carpets on the walls. like they did in medieval castles. I've done that in the past. It helps. It helps a lot. You go ceiling to floor, floor to ceiling, however you want to put it. Overlap in any corners or whatever. You cut down on as many drafts as possible. And even cover the windows. Like, I know when we used to live in New Jersey, we would cover the windows with plastic and then hang heavy drapes over top of that, from like as far up on the ceiling as you can get, all the way down to the floor. So they could be moved, but they blocked any draft at all. And then be ready with emergency heat. The alcohol heaters that I've been making are one option. They're dangerous, I admit. You have to be very careful around an open flame. You have to be very careful of building up too much carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide. Careful of flame. So you need, you want your smoke and detectors and all that. Never leave an open flame unattended. I'm bad on that one. But there's other options. There's, they all get expensive. You try to use Sterno or Sterno's like almost $4 a can. It only lasts about 2 hours. You can get similar cans at like Party City. Lord of mercy. I think the cans at Party City are like $1.80. They burn for 2.5 to 3 hours. So, having a couple of those available help take the chill off. Oil lamps don't. I mean, they take the chill off. They won't heat the room unless you got several of them around, but every little bit helps. Candles. You're not going to heat a room as much as you go online and look at the candle heaters. You put 4 or 5 candles under a flower pot, and they're like, that's a heater. Well, it's a hand warmer. For an average room, to bring the heat up enough to make it noticeable, you need 5 or 6 of those. But as a localized, like, on a table right in front of where you're sitting, so you can warm your hands, or prop your feet up next to it. Excuse me. All those little things help. And then, of course, you have to dress for the weather, even inside, which really sucks. You got a house, you don't want to be wearing, 3 layers of clothes and a hat and gloves. And it may come down to it, though. What are you going to do if you're paying $7 a gallon for heating fuel, or your electric bill has gone up, tripled because they're paying more for their fuel? You also have to eat. You have to pay your rent or your mortgage or car insurance. You're going to have to leave the heat down. Have the heat set at 55. Augment that with some of the other heating methods. And dress warmer. And I'm not seeing good things coming this year. I'm sorry. Like I said, I don't think I'm the only one. And there's reasons that people, in the 1800s or whatever, everyone slept in one bed in the wintertime because it's warmer. Or just having all that body heat in one room. If you're all packed into your living room and you got bed pallets all over the place, everybody's body heat adds up. So, ooh, that's a sweet old car right there. Can't tell for sure what it is at the moment. I think it's a Fury. I don't know if I want to catch up to him or not. So, anyway, I know I shouldn't be doing this, right? Not smart. No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. All right. Got caught by traffic. Coronet. Mercury? Not 100% sure. That was stupid. But anyhow, what the heck is with all this traffic? You're running slow too. Sorry, kind of concentrating. Pull a total boneheaded stunt like filming a car while I'm driving, and then paying more attention to driving than talking. But I forget where I was actually. Talking about staying warm this winter. Or even starting, I'm saying this winter. Apparently, winter is already starting in some parts of the country. So, yeah. Anyhow, just thought about it. Well, just thought about it last night anyway. My birthday's coming up next month, which means I need to renew the registration on this. It's been 2 years. So, I need to get online and see. I don't remember why I did 2 years. I think it was cheaper at that point in time, or maybe I just had extra cash at that point in time. And it works out. It always works out cheaper for 2 years than by the year. So it must have been that I was a little more flush than normal. We just decided to bite the bullet. So, wow, they tore that house down. That was unusual. Just last week I was through here. I didn't see it down. I didn't notice it then. Doesn't mean it hadn't happened. I think I came this way last week. Anyhow, a couple of big dogs. St. Bernards. That's a weird breed to have in Florida. I've always thought that. I've seen several people with St. Bernards down here. And it's like, seriously? I mean, those dogs like cold weather. You know, a lot of, even huskies. Seeing people down here with huskies, it's like, they're not meant for hot weather. That's why people have so much time with air conditioning, but anyway, there was an article the other day about a little dog getting picked up by a bird of prey. That the mom ran out, or the owner lady, whatever, ran out and was able to scare the bird, and it dropped the dog. But it was a very close call. There's been several reports, not too recently, but there's been several reports of alligators grabbing small dogs in a lot of these apartment complexes that have the larger retention ponds that an alligator takes up residence in. And people always think, oh, it's so neat, we have an alligator, and they feed it. And the alligator loses all fear of man, and then it sees this little critter on the side of the pond, and snap, bye-bye Fifi. I guess it's something you need to, especially if you got smaller critters, even a medium-sized dog. If the alligator is 5 or 6 foot long, it can take a 50-pound dog. So you have to be careful when you're around here. It was like one of my first experiences when I moved down here. My brother-in-law took me back into a wooded section, and we were walking a trail, going back to the University of North Florida's property. And I heard a grunting, and I was like, "What is that?" And he lived here nearly all of his life. He just kind of laughed. So that's an alligator? That freaked me out. We got down a little bit further, and sure enough, there was an alligator down in a pond, or widening as a creek or something like that, kind of a little pond, marshy area. It wasn't all that big, but it was still like, oh my God. I've kind of gotten used to them now. You don't see them as much. You don't see them all that often. but they are out there. Let's just say you don't see them all that often around Jacksonville, but that's not to say they're not around, because it wasn't long ago there was one walking across one of the fast food joint parking lots. Actually, we just drove past the area about where I was doing the filming on that car. So, anyhow, it looks like we're coming up on the end of this trip for the day. So, let me know what you think, folks. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me on any social media, that'd be fandoculous. If you want to check me out on Facebook or Instagram, that's the wrong type video, isn't it? Check some of my other videos, and there'll be links in the description box. Anyway, if your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. Until I see y'all again, I hope you have a fandoculous day. Sláinte, y'all. Bye-bye.